Okay, so this is 15 weeks on tea, so I'm a bit hyper, I've had some caffeine, and you'll have to excuse the really douchey hat, because what happens is you may be able to tell, but I have kind of green hair right now, and the problem is, it's horribly uneven, because I only had one bottle of the stuff, and normally when I dye my hair crazy colours, I always use like 2 bottles, because then you get a really bright, even colour, but I didn't do it this time because I'm a moron. I only had like 1 bottle around, so I didn't do that. I'm really sorry because it looks terrible, and now I'm wearing this hat, and nobody likes that. Anyway, this is 15 weeks on tea, and well, I'm like 3 days early. And I haven't made a video in like 4 weeks because I haven't really had anything to say. Like, changes have like been steadily happening, but I haven't really had anything to say like every week. Like at the beginning it was really exciting because like everything was happening. Oh my god, I have like one hair on my face. Oh my god, my voice is like slightly, not even noticeably deeper. And oh my god, my fat is slightly redistributing. Oh my god, I have to tell everyone. But now it's like I'm just kind of getting used to the fact that my body is slowly changing, and it's not as exciting because it's happening more slowly. Like I'm done with the loading phase of Nebido Testosterone, which is like the first 2 shots I got 6 weeks apart, and then the next one was 8 weeks after that. Although apparently it's different, whichever doctor prescribes it, pretty much, it depends. Um, and so yeah, I have like, obviously if you've seen in any of my last videos, my voice is a fair bit deeper, like I'd say fairly noticeably. Like I would say that my voice is fairly guyish right now. I think in voice terms, I think my voice passes as male. And my face has definitely masculinized out more, which is pretty hard to do because I naturally just have kind of like a baby face, and I am pretty chubby. So I think I'm gonna look 14 for quite a long time until like I'm past my second puberty, and you know, dressing like this doesn't really help matters. For reference, I am 19, by the way, in case you wanted to know. You may also be able to notice there is the faintest line here, not like that. Don't know why I pointed there. There is the faintest line of a pedo stash coming in. Yeah, you heard me right. I've got facial hair coming in at about a micromillimeter per day. Yeah, bet you're jealous. So it's not really noticeable unless you're really close. It basically just looks like I'm a lesbian that hasn't bleached her mustache. And I don't want to like stereotype lesbians a lot, but you know, just like a butcher looking woman who doesn't conform to heteronormative standards of beauty. Yeah. Did I save myself there? Hopefully. um, and also my fat is, again, it's redistributing nicely. My waist and my hips are definitely becoming like more like straight. And I'm getting like this lovely like pot belly situation instead of just huge childbearing hips and ass and thighs. What you gonna do with all that junk inside your trunk? Yeah, that song was basically written about my ass. But so the changes are happening, but it's just going slowly. So it's not like every day I wake up and I'm like suddenly I'm covered in like hair from head to toe. It just doesn't really happen like that. And I don't think anyone going into this should really have any kind of expectations that it does happen like that. Like I think my voice has deepened fairly quickly, compared to other guys who are going through this. I might have had like fairly high levels of testosterone to begin with. I don't know, because I never had my levels checked. Might have been a bit of a brain fart with the doctors there. Oopsie. But anyways, I bruised my ribs like 2 weeks ago, and I had to just like sit at home like naked because I didn't want to go outside without like a binder or a bra, because they told me I couldn't wear either, and I was on painkillers, so I was a bit, yeah, and because I didn't want to go outside without a bra or a binder because I have huge breasts. They're like 34Es, like this is them like in a binder. Like check out that boob shelf, bro, or speed bump. Speed bump is my preferred term. But it was really embarrassing, and I'm just really hopeful that on the 4th of September, which is my next gender clinic appointment, that they will clear me for chest surgery, because I'm starting to get really concerned that I'm really damaging my rib cage with all this binding. Like, I have such a large chest and so much pressure to keep putting on my rib cage, but like, what are you gonna do? I'm not gonna not bind. I'm too dysphoric for that. And also, one thing that I didn't expect with testosterone, I probably should have, because it's a really obvious thing, was that my chest dysphoria has actually like increased quite a lot. Because before, it was like, oh my god, I'd pass as a man if I didn't look like such a woman. But now it's, oh my god, I'd pass as a man if I didn't have such big boobs. So the dysphoria kind of just gets like more channeled towards other things. I suppose after I've had chest surgery, I'll become much more dysphoric about my genitals. But it's all due for the course. So hopefully on the 4th of September they'll clear me for surgery, then they'll clear me for funding, and then they'll put me on the bottom of a waiting list, and then I'll get surgery. Yeah. Hopefully. But I'm also moving again to Sheffield, so that's going to be fun to work with PCTs. And yet another PCT, third PCT, in the time that I've been transitioning. Just a clusterfuck of bureaucracy, man. And another thing I wanted to talk about was I actually recently complained to my GP surgery about how the nurses were towards me when I was getting my shots. So I had my third shot, and the same issues came up as the last 2 times I got my shots, which were, oh my god, you're so young to be going through this. Like, I didn't know it was so easy to get hormones these days. It was so much harder back in the day, or whatever, and just these kind of ideas, and I know they're not said out of any malice, and also, like, being, like, fairly nosy about, like, surgery and, like, what I'm planning to get done and stuff, and I guess that's just, like, general banter, I guess, but, anyways, in regards to the commenting on my age, like, I know the comments aren't made with any malice, and I know it's just coming from an ignorant place, but it's still really frustrating to hear how young I am every time I go to get my shot, but from people who, or how easy it is for to get hormones nowadays, from people who really have no idea about the process. I mean, there is no mandatory training for trans issues for nurses or even doctors. So, like, nurses are pretty much just as clued up about trans issues and hormone therapy as a builder down the road is. Maybe a little more. Give them a bit of credit, but not really. So I complained a little bit. I was really polite about it. I was like, okay, like, I don't want to be mean, like, I don't want to cause a fuss, but I've just been getting these, like, insensitive comments, and I would just like maybe ask your staff to be a bit more understanding, and they're really receptive to it, and they're really nice. And luckily, I had the link to the PDF, which you can give to, was created by trans specialist doctors to give to general healthcare practitioners to clue them up on trans things, because really any trans person, pretty much any trans person knows that your GP will have fucking no clue about trans issues, the referral system, or basically anything. When I came out to my GP, because I wanted her to refer me to a gender clinic, I was like, I'm transgender, and she just kind of stared at me for a while, because I just assumed she'd know what to do. I was so naive. And she just kind of stared at me for a while, and eventually said, I'm not sure what you're trying to tell me. Are you trying to tell me you're a hermaphrodite, or that you're bisexual? Because I'm not really sure why that would be relevant. And I was just like, I was really shocked that she didn't know, and I had to explain to her what transgender is, and I was just like, okay, refer me to these people, please. And I told her how to write the letter and stuff, and yeah, I mean, so yeah. So hopefully, even although I'm moving now, so I'm never gonna get my testosterone shot with them ever again. But at least they'll know. At least they'll know for future if they ever get any other trans people in. Yeah, all those dozens of people that will ever go to that doctor surgery. I have saved you. Feel free to like shower me in thank yous. Yeah, and also this weekend is Pride, Brighton Pride, which is actually why I dyed my hair UV green, because I wanted to be all sparkly and special. Well, UV hair dye means that it will glow under UV light like a glow stick in a club. Yeah, you're jealous now. You think this looks stupid, but you're gonna be jealous when I'm all up in the club, looking like just like attracting all the people, like like moths to a flame. Yeah. But so yeah, what we're doing is there will be 7 of us all lined up at the beginning of the march. I'm marching with the students at the beginning of our section of the march, and we'll all be dressed in block colours to make up a rainbow. And we'll each have a flag to wave of each of the 7 countries that still hold the death penalty for being homosexual. And yeah, and there'll be like placards, and there'll be people like shouting aggressively, well not aggressively, but shouting through megaphones. And I think it's going to be really cool. I think it's nice to have a section of Pride that is about that is like protesting things, because we do have a long way to go still in LGBT rights, and especially in trans rights. And I wish I could have like made, I kind of wanted to like be maybe like holding up a big angry sign in regards to like trans policies, but I know there will be quite a few other people doing that, so I feel safe in that knowledge. So I'm gonna wave a death penalty flag instead. It'll be pretty fun. And then of course I'm gonna get really drunk and have a fantastically debaucherous weekend. But yeah, that's gonna be exciting. I think that's all I have to talk about. This is really long. This is like over 14 minutes already, but I haven't made one in forever, and I have loads of things to talk about. I'm really sorry. Yeah. Anyways, bye bye. Yeah, I'm one of those obnoxious people that keeps the stickers on my hats. This isn't even like a cool hat, and my webcam just went mental. Oh, cool. This isn't like a New Era cap or anything. It's just like a River Island hat, but I just like the way the sticker looks on it, because I'm a fucking wanker. Anyways, this is really fun, and I'm glad we shared this conversation. I feel like we're getting to know each other really well. So, bye bye.